everybody. Welcome to the Weird World Podcast. Today we're going to have a weird bit. My name's Carrie.
I'm Jack.
I'm Dean.
What you got for us, Dean?
Got a weird bit for you.
Good. Let's hear it.
This is a weird bit about coincidence.
I don't believe in coincidence.
You and M. Knight. So over the years,
I'm just kidding. I do believe in coincidence.
a lot of people have been hit by foul balls in the sport of baseball. If you're not from a place where they play baseball, that's a sport, and they hit balls. And historically, you'd have a lot of screeching line drives go into the stands and occasionally hit people. Some people over the years have been pretty seriously injured. People have been blinded, have had concussions. There have been lots of broken bones, lots of headaches, lots of embarrassment, lots of beer spilled, things like that. And yes, on August 25th, 2018, 79-year-old grandmother Linda Goldblum was struck in the head by a foul ball at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, and later died from, quote, acute intracranial hemorrhage due to a history of blunt force trauma. I have no idea what the history part means exactly, but essentially she was hit in the head with the ball and she died.
Well, probably she didn't die immediately. She died sometime afterwards.
Not that long, though.
The history was she got hit.
Okay. It's just a weird way to phrase it,
how I hear it.
Okay. Is that how you hear it?
That's how I hear it.
It was her birthday
and
and her 59th wedding anniversary.
Jesus Christ.
She got married on her birthday?
Yeah.
She got married on her birthday.
That's Carrie's takeaway, by the way, is that she got married. Not she died, but she got married on her birthday. Yes.
Well, you got married 1 week before your birthday.
That's true.
Narcissism.
No.
Not my choice in any way, shape, or form. Even getting married was not even my choice, so the whole thing was actually...
You're so full of it.
So she was not the first person to die from this, by the way. There have been 2 other fans have died before Alice did. Before Linda Goldblum did. That in record, yeah. Only 3 total, including, by the way, a 14-year-old boy named Alan Fish, who was also at Dodger Stadium in 1970.
Wow.
So Dodger Stadium has 2 of the 3.
Yikes.
That's total coincidence. There's no, in fact, if anything, it's not like you're particularly close to the action at Dodger Stadium at all. There's actually other stadiums that are much, much closer. It's just happenstance.
Yeah.
An investigation by NBC News cataloged 808 injuries to fans from 2012 to 2019. And those are through the media for the most part. So 808 injuries enough to be recorded, essentially. Yeah. It got so bad that actually baseball started forcing extended netting. You know, there's always been nets behind the catcher because foul tips mean the ball that might be a 95-mile-per-hour fastball barely slows down. And a tip, there's no chance you can react it even if you're paying attention. So if they didn't have screens directly behind the catcher, there'd be people getting killed every year. But so they've extended the netting. In 2020, baseball finally bowed to common sense and certainly concerns about liability to force all major league stadiums to install netting all the way from pole to pole, from foul pole to foul pole. They have netting, and it goes down the closer you get out into the outfield, because the idea is that the ball will be more of a loop than a line drive,
right?
Or fly, and they still like to have fans get souvenirs. And that started, by the way, a couple years earlier than that. They started having some extended netting, but when when it was not until 2020 where baseball said, that's it, foul pole to foul pole. We don't have to worry about this anymore. The now further extended netting, though, has certainly cost fans a lot of foul balls, and it's saved some serious injuries, but there's still people getting hit. You still have some injuries, and people just aren't paying attention, which is impossible. And of course, baseball infamously has it on the back of your ticket. Of every ticket, it says, you're responsible for paying attention. If you get hit by a ball, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
Is ludicrous because it's impossible to pay attention to a 9-inning game, and they know, but it's kind of their way out of liability. So a lot of people these days, with all that netting, there are fewer souvenirs in baseball. That's bad. So in a sense, Alice Roth, who we're going to talk about here now, was kind of lucky. It's hard to get a foul ball. I've watched many, many, many baseball games live. I've never gotten a foul ball. I've never had one more than 10 feet from me.
Yeah.
Okay? Alice Roth So in some sense, it's not maybe the unluckiest baseball fan ever, but maybe also the luckiest baseball fan ever.
Considering that she's included, I'm going to go with the unlucky.
On August 17th, 1957, she was watching the Philadelphia Phillies.
Why was that the slowest sentence ever?
Because I
She was watching the Phillies. Like you're starting a song.
This is some cadence. She was
Okay.
watching the Philadelphia Phillies. Her favorite player was at bat. His name was Richie Ashburn. He was a center fielder for the Phillies, a future Hall of Famer.
Never heard of him.
No, he's not that well known anymore, but he was a big player for his time.
I don't know many Phillies.
No, you don't. Can you name any Phillies that you know?
No,
not
I just
horses.
said
You
I
can't name
don't.
a single Philly.
No.
Mike Schmidt,
No.
Dean.
Greg the Bull Luzinski.
I
How
can
about
know-
Bryce
I-
Harper?
I-
A douchebag, but a Philly. No.
what's the Pittsburgh team? Pirates.
Buccaneers.
I can name a pirate.
Okay, name a pirate, Karen. If you say Long John Silver, this
Willie
is over.
Stargell.
Okay, Willie Stargell. Okay, great pirate, my all-time favorite player.
That's why I know it.
Anyway,
Couldn't tell anything about anything. Sorry.
what's that Pittsburgh team? That's right, the Pirates. So
I forgot. I know Angels, and that's about it.
Okay.
From, the 80s.
Yes, Samael.
the Phillies were playing the New York Giants, a team that no longer exists. They're now the San Francisco Giants. They were at Connie Mack Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Alice Roth was there because she's a huge fan, but also her husband Earl was the sports editor for the Philadelphia Bulletin. So she went to lots of games. And today she had brought along her two grandsons, Preston
Oh, no.
and Tom.
Oh.
They're like 8 and 10, something like that. And this day, she was seated in the press box behind third base. So those are good seats. Those are great foul ball seats. This is back when press boxes in baseball stadiums were fairly low. They're fairly close to the
Yeah.
action. Nowadays, they're in
High up,
nosebleeds
yeah.
or with COVID. Often the away broadcasters were in their own city in studios. Now
Yeah.
they weren't even there. So she's watching the game. She's in the press box. Got her two grandkids there. And again, this is great foul ball territory. That was proven when in the 5th inning, let's say it was the 5th inning. The things I read didn't say. So let's say bottom of the 5th. Okay?
Oh, my
I don't know.
God.
Richie Ashburn came to bat. Now, he was a contact hitter. He didn't strike out a lot. He had battle all the time. He had a lot of foul balls, and he was more of a singles hitter. And he fought off a nasty pitch and sent it screaming down the third base line into the stands, where it struck Alice Roth right in the face.
Ooh, not the face.
Square
Oh, no.
in the face. The impact broke her nose instantly. Blood started gushing out from the injuries.
That'll happen.
The injury.
Oh, yikes.
Medics. Everything I read says medics. I don't know that 1954 baseball had literal medics. They probably had just ushers or something like that. But somebody came to her aid.
Why wouldn't they have a medic? Just
I don't
because it was
know.
they had
Just-
medics in the 50s.
Yeah,
I
doctor in
know,
the
but at
stand.
Baseball stadiums?
Sure.
I bet they weren't.
Is
real
there a
medics.
doctor in
I
the
don't know.
stand?
I don't know. Stadium personnel.
She was probably wearing a nice dress with a pinafore and gloves
Oh, for sure.
with her
54?
little
Yeah.
handbag
Little handbag.
and
Absolutely.
kitten heels.
Kitten heels. I don't know what those are, but I'll take you. And
Yeah.
oh, cat's eye glasses. Do you think?
Probably.
Those are smashed. Then
I was
Yeah.
going to say shattered now.
pulverized.
Sorry.
So medics, I'm going to put that in air quotes, rushed into the stands to attend her and tried to staunch the bleeding. And they put a towel on her face.
Oh,
And it was serious enough to cause the actual game itself to be paused.
wow.
So they stopped playing while Alice was seen to. It's like, whoa, what just happened? I think you just hit a lady in the face. Oh my God, is that blood?
A
Yeah,
grandma,
they've got a
too.
towel on her.
With her grandkid.
With her grandkids right there.
Traumatized.
Seeing grandma just boom, blood gushing.
Wait. Tell us the fate.
Okay.
Well, while the medics were tending to Alice, observant little 8-year-old grandson Preston, he noticed that a fan in front of her had picked up the ball
Oh,
that
hell
had
no.
injured his grandma. And so he shyly went up to the guy and said, "Hey, can I have the ball? That just hit my grandma in the face." And in the spirit of all true Philadelphia fans, the man said,
no.
"Absolutely not. I'm keeping the ball. Go to hell, you
Ah.
little shit." Philadelphia has infamously the worst fans on the planet Earth. They booed Santa Claus.
The
They
Eagles.
throw batteries and things at people, at players and such. They're terrible human beings.
yeah, but I can see
Whoa.
that happening anywhere.
It's
any
Yes,
stadium.
you are correct.
That's true, Carrie, but
Miss
trust
Philly,
me.
didn't they riot when they won?
Yes, they are famously terrible fans. They
They
really,
literally
really
did.
are.
Come on,
They're
Philadelphia.
self-admitted awful,
Wait,
awful.
isn't that the
sports
city
fans.
of brotherly love
Yeah,
or
there's
some
not-
such nonsense?
Not inside any kind of sporting event. no.
Wow.
That Ben Franklin named it that or some shit. It was a long time
It's a
ago.
long, long time
Well,
ago.
they need to take it off the Wikipedia page then.
Should they? Should
yeah.
they?
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's not true anymore.
Hasn't been for a long, long time. At least in the realm of
Then we need to
sports.
fucking take the grizzly bear off of our flag because that ain't here anymore either.
That's very true. So the attendees, they finally strapped Alice into a gurney. They tied her up nice and tight because she was bad. So they strapped
Yeah,
her
oh,
in,
yes.
got her in a gurney, and the game resumed. Richie Ashburn, of course, is still up to bat. And again, he was this tenacious hitter. He was known for battling every pitch. He'd retired, by the way, with a 308 batting average.
Wow.
Whatever that means.
Good. It's very
That's
good.
very
He won.
good
He won
batting
2
average.
batting champions in his career. He only though hit 28 home runs in 15 years. Quick math shows you that's fewer than 2 per year.
Yeah.
So he made contact. He rarely struck out. So on the very first pitch thrown after the delay, Richie Ashburn sent another foul ball screeching toward the sidelines. This ball, too, found Alice Roth on her stretcher.
No.
Oh. my
Towel
God.
over her bloody face. The ball crashed into her knee, fracturing her kneecap.
Oh my.
Shattered her knee right there as she's being led toward the stairs with a bloody towel
See.
over her face.
At this point, you gotta investigate Miss Thang
Ashburn.
because he is like, this is a targeted attack upon my girl Alice.
He had good back control, so maybe.
Wow.
Right? He is a professional. He would know how to, if anybody.
If anybody-
This is like in a video game.
Alice Roth was rushed to the hospital now before Richie Ashburn could kill her. So
I know, do the finishing blow.
luckily, Alice turned out to be fine.
Work,
She
Alice.
broke her nose. She fractured her knee, so she's going to take some time on some crutches and things like that.
Yeah.
But she quickly recovered from her injuries, and the Phillies treated her whole family, took like a behind-the-scenes tour and stuff like that. They looked at the stadiums. They got some free tickets. They got an
Yeah.
autographed ball with everybody's name on it.
A little bit
So-
more than that.
Not enough. I'd say I'm never going to another one of your stadiums again. You give me money.
Nowadays, it'd be a lawsuit, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. I'm surprised they had lawyers back then. Why wasn't it back
They
then?
did, but I remember
Well-
her husband was a sports editor. He kind of
Yeah,
in
yeah.
good terms
True.
with the Phillies. One of Alice's grandkids supposedly visited Alice in the hospital and asked, quote, "Grandma, do you think you can go to an Eagles game and get hit in the face with a football?"
Oh my God.
I'm 99% sure that never happened.
Right.
but
Yeah.
It's sure cute. It
It's
was-
family story.
It was made
Yeah.
up by a journalist at the time, I'm sure. Richie Ashburn himself, he went to see Alice in the hospital, and they became friends. They kept up for years. He sent her
Really?
Christmas cards for the rest of his life, and they communicated. And he died like 30 years later. They
Yeah.
stayed in some level of touch for that entire time. He
Yeah.
was an extraordinarily nice guy.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Well, good for he was probably
Oh,
horrified.
he was
Oh,
mortified.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's like,
Oh,
oh,
God.
crap, I hit that lady. That's terrible. Oh, shit. I hit her again. I broke her what? Oh, no. No, he felt terrible about it. And remember, Alice loved baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So she was not going to give up her favorite sport. She also was a big fan of Richie Ashburn. And he was the team center fielder and now her buddy. So she thought, you know what? I'm maybe not going to sit in the third base line anymore. I will sit in the center field bleachers and be very close to Richie and not have a big line dive. If something gets to the center field bleachers, it's a home run. It's up in the air. It's usually pretty high. You got to get some warning.
Yeah.
Few people get hit in the face by home runs. It's almost always line drives on the sides there. So she, for the rest of her days, she would still go watch the Phillies, but she'd always go and sit in the center field bleachers and cheer on Richie. Fun fact, the odds of getting a foul ball at an average baseball game are 1 in 835.
Wow.
Oh, I was expecting it to be lower than that.
Yeah.
I
me
expected
too.
it to be much higher than that, honestly.
Why?
'Cause
You just said it was really unlikely.
It is unlikely.
You mean lower chance?
Yeah,
lower
odds.
chance? Okay,
Yeah.
I meant higher number.
Yes, so
One
did
in
I.
a- one in a
Yeah.
higher number,
Exactly.
one in a
So,
thousand.
yes.
I thought you were going
Yeah.
to say 835,000 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Same.
Yeah.
The odds of getting 2, I have no idea. Super high.
1 in a gazillion.
We'll
know.
multiply that
Yeah.
shit together.
Yeah. The odds of getting struck and injured by 2 pitches back to back by the same batter. That is why M. Night doesn't believe in coincidences.
Yes.
Because that just is astronomical.
Yeah.
But so many crazy things happen every single
Yes.
day.
That's why they invented the word coincidence.
Coincidence.
I
for
love it.
Crazy, unusual things. That is the story of Alice Roth, the unluckiest baseball fan ever, or possibly the luckiest.
Yes.
Depending on if she
Yeah.
had been ready for him and got 2 balls. Getting 2, honestly, if she'd caught 2 foul balls because they
Yes.
were close to her, she could have got them. She'd be, one.
I don't know.
One, yeah, she was tied to a gurney. I give her that one.
Yes.
The first one, though,
Yeah.
sister, you need to be ready.
Yeah, but those
Alice.
grandsons should have had their gloves on.
They were
That's
8 and
true.
10. So
Oh,
So
yeah,
what?
because 8 and 10-year-olds never wear gloves
Are you
when they're
kidding me?
sitting in the
I
stands.
suppose.
I was
Okay,
playing
you know what?
baseball
Yeah.
at 8
You know
and
what,
10.
Carrie? You know what, Carrie? You're right to blame the children. So,
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I
And then
get
they'd
that.
have those balls.
Still, I somehow phrasing.
that
I don't know.
sounded
It's just- it did sound weird. So we're going to keep that in. So that is the story of Alice Roth. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
The
welcome.
takeaway here is that Carrie doesn't like children, and she comments on their balls. So, thank you for that. That was a weird bit. I told you it'd be a weird bit, legit weird bit.
Yeah, good one.
All right, that's it. Next time, see ya on our next full bit. That's
Yeah,
not what they're called.
listen to
Yeah.
us some more.
Bye.